Hi everyone, welcome back to the Dukebox episode
6.
Yeah, I'm Michael, this is Ed.
Hello.
We'll be hosting today's episode. So my name's Michael, I'm a year 12 student this year. Also happen to be the captain of theatre sports and a concert master. Yay. Ed, introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name's Edward, captain of Forest,
All around cool guy, absolutely.
Vice captain of theatre sports, and what's that when they call, like, honorary? It's like the position's like not legit. Honorary? I think it's honorary. Yeah.
Honorary.
Honorary captain of orienteering. Self-named.
Wow, self-captain. Wow, that's pretty impressive, man.
Nah, nothing. We're not here to talk about that. No, today we're here to talk about music.
It's not happening, is it?
All right, sweet. That's a wrap, Michael. I think we're done for that.
Joking that.
We can wrap.
No, we're actually here to talk about, thoughts on being back at school, especially you year 9s and 10s, and
what to expect.
How we're doing in terms of, what to expect.
Yeah. So, Michael, how have you found you're returning back to school from offline learning, from online learning to in person?
I mean, offline learning is a lot better than online. What can I say? We have so much more class time and far more productive. I'm not sure if it's quite the same for year 9s and 10s. You got a little bit more of a cushy, bit more, no VC to stress about. It's actually quite nice. But for us, definitely a big improvement. How about you, Ed?
I found, personally, I found that online learning was a bit better for me. I think in person, class learning, there's a bit of a you have the tendency to sort of go on tangents in class that you wouldn't normally with your teacher just setting work and you working through it at your own pace. But I definitely think that both aspects have positives and negatives, and we can sort of sit argue about that all day as Melbourne high school students do.
It was pretty comfortable sleeping around all day, but
yeah,
must digress. It's better to have class time and learn. Learning is important, right, kids? That's right.
Yeah, commute is actually pretty good.
All right, so what can we expect when y'all get back to school?
Well, first thing you can expect is you're pretty much just going to get back into the swing of things. There's straight back into scheduled classes. You might have the odd one here and there that's maybe cancelled, or maybe you've got a sub because your teacher, well, not a sub, but you might have a sub, or you might have to have
a cancelled
classmate hook up Microsoft Teams to Vivi because your teacher can't attend. So there's that to consider.
I can't say I've had that at all.
I've had that with Form. Mr. Drew keeps calling us in the mornings.
Okay,
but aside from that,
I see. I mean, it's not too big a deal. I think the main thing you guys might be missing is your extracurriculars.
Yes.
We don't have many clubs on, and like we said earlier, music's not happening. So I'm sure we all miss our Tuesday afternoon rehearsal with DK.
Oh, yay! But
hey, don't sound so disappointed, man. I'm sure.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sure he misses us too.
So yes, unfortunately, most clubs will not be running. So, fan favorites like Anime Club and only
they're
Anime
not showing
Club.
anything. Well, it's a bit of a shame, there's no Anime Club this term.
Yeah.
I was really looking forward to getting together with the boys and watching some shows.
Okay, that's enough.
Yeah.
But in terms of schooling, it's business as usual. However,
you want to talk about going outside?
Yeah, going outside. The canteen is closed, and will
There is
possibly
no canteen.
remain closed for the rest of this coronavirus duration, the duration of the coronavirus, and the term. So
in lieu of that,
please
we get to go outside of the school.
Yeah,
You know?
so you get to go outside of school, provided you have a slip. It's either that, or you make sure that you pack your lunches. You bring
It's
enough food throughout the day, which generally
it
people
would
do, but there are some days when you slip up, or maybe it's just
it's
not your thing.
it would be rather unfortunate if you go the day without food. So just remember to get that documentation signed so that you have permission to go out of school.
Yeah.
Which brings up to our next point, that how we're dealing with social distancing, especially even during these lunch times where you're heading out, or also when you commute to and from.
So with social distancing, there are really only two sort of areas in school where the social distancing rules are sort of applying, and that is the library and the dining hall, which have a limit of 50 people each. That being said, the rest of the school is sort of free grounds, would you say?
Yeah, it's
Free
kind
reign.
of difficult to it's kind of difficult to enforce your social distancing, especially in a classroom.
Yeah. You are supposed to stay outdoors during breaks such as recess and lunch, and that is definitely an important thing. But
definitely avoid classrooms. We're not allowed to be in classrooms.
Not allowed to be in classrooms during recess and lunch either, which is part of the main reason why clubs are no longer running.
That is correct.
But in terms
of
classrooms and lockers and hallways, the general consensus is just be mindful. Just try and be safe, try and consider what's happening around you. But really, unfortunately, we do not have much in the way of social distancing, one person per table in a classroom, unless your class doesn't have that many people in it.
Yeah, that's about right. It's also important to remember to continue social distancing, especially when you're outside of the school. So during your lunch times, when you're heading out with your mates, remember to keep 1.5 meters between you guys at all times.
Yes, because that is a real issue. If we just pop on over to Compass real quick, and we bring up a recent post from Miss Salamigos 3 days ago saying that the South Yarra station has actually contacted the school, stipulating social distancing rules apply to all, including our students, and that a fine of $1,652 will be issued to those who do not comply. Apparently, the school has issued.
Wait, hold up. $1,652.
Yes.
I don't think I have that much money in my bank account.
That's an issue, because if you don't have the money, then it's going to be coming out of your parents' pocket.
Absolutely. So make sure you keep socially distancing outside.
School has received a bunch of complaints from local residents and commuters regarding social distancing breaches, and the school's really not that happy with it. So, make sure that you're staying within the rules, staying within the guidelines, staying within the laws, to both avoid bringing the reputation of the school down, and also a dip in your pocket of about $1,600.
So about my life savings.
Yeah.
So we know it's going to be difficult. It's inevitable that we're going to get more complaints, but the idea is to keep it, low enough that we don't actually end up in any trouble. So make sure you guys are looking after yourselves and also your friends, and calling people out, if they're not really doing the right thing. But the fact we managed to get problems within a week is quite telling for the situation to come.
It's
another point of thing to mention is the state of the Memorial Hall. So we won't be having any assemblies at all.
No assemblies. The Memorial Hall has been repurposed into a private study room. So during any time of the day, it's set up almost like an exam hall with about 80% less chairs and tables, and you can just go in there and sit down and study quietly.
Yeah.
You will be checked on in regularly by staff. I was in there the other day and I got checked on in by Mr. Sloan. So keep in mind, it's not a not like a public gathering place.
Yeah,
It's-
it's generally reserved for year 12s as well, so if it's quite full, just have some respect, especially for us in this stressful and trying times.
Another thing, the study rooms
you go.
in the library as well have been restricted to two people per room. But
It's again to help us enforce, our social distancing, keep ourselves safe in these times.
many of us have, maybe we have,
Parents
we
that
have
worry?
family members, we have, parents that worry, maybe older members of our family, around us. And so you may be really concerned
Immunocompromised.
about, staying safe so you don't spread it to your family members, which would be a horrible, horrible thing. So, like, sort of the ways you can do that. I mean, it's a bit. I think this stuff has been told everywhere, but wear a mask.
No, it's important to stay safe.
Regularly.
Actually, on contrary to that, if you've read the Compass post, I do believe that Mr. Lanty has said that there is no need to wear a mask within the school. So you're free to do it outside of the school, but within the school there is no reason to wear a mask. And some people might tell you off, even though they really don't need to be telling you off.
But there is a thing saying, if a student wishes to wear a mask on public transport, the following should be adhered to. Prior to arriving at Melbourne High, the mask should be removed, and the mask should be discarded in a bin, which is discarded in a bag, which is tightly tied and thrown in a rubbish bin. There is no reason to be wearing a mask at school. Yep, okay.
Yeah.
Other things you can do, like disinfecting your hands with
hand
sanitizer. You know what's interesting?
You know what is interesting? Do tell.
I've never heard anyone talk about aqueum recently. What happened to aqueum?
What's aqueum?
You've never heard of aqueum?
Are they that
They're like
one brand that do
they're like
they do hand sanitizer?
Yeah,
no,
they do
but
hand
Dettol,
sanitizer.
man. It's Dettol is where it's at.
no, but mate, aqueum's like the Australian hand sanitizer aside from Dettol. But like,
Yeah.
what happened
I
to
don't know.
them?
Dettol's more iconic.
Oh no, they're not going out of business. They're completely in business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How their stock price is going?
Well,
Stock's
the
going
stock
up?
price, I don't know about their stock prices, but like going onto the Aqueum website, the first thing you meet is we are trying to keep up with demand, so
Oh, I mean,
maybe my
good to
family's
know.
just not buying Aqueum anymore. One more thing, be respectful. I mean, it's a given, but like, if you're getting mad at people for not knowing what they're doing, teachers not really knowing how to work something, just sort of take a few deep breaths, relax.
Stay
Nobody
cool, calm,
knows what they're
collected,
doing,
man.
and getting annoyed at people just generally won't help. So yeah.
Anyways,
think
I
that
think
wraps
that's pretty much all from us. Yeah. Hope you guys are having a good time and looking after yourselves well.
Yes. And
Absolutely.
yeah, thank you all for listening in to the Dukebox episode 6, starring Ed and Michael.
Yeah.
Michael and
I wouldn't
Ed.
say starring. I
Starring.
wouldn't say starring. We're really not that important, man.
We have stolen the show. Okay.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you all.
And hopefully we'll see you guys soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.